The question has haunted Sam Heughan for years, trailing him like a shadow that refuses to fade. Why has one of the most desired men in Hollywood never married? For a man whose on-screen persona as Jamie Fraser redefined romance for an entire generation of viewers, the absence of a real-life fairy tale ending feels almost like a paradox. Fans see Jamie's passion, his devotion, his family-first values, and they cannot help but ask why Sam's personal life doesn't echo the same. The truth is, every time Sam steps into the spotlight, the speculation follows. Whether he's attending a premiere in Los Angeles or a quiet charity gala in Edinburgh, the whispers are the same. Is he hiding someone? Was there a secret engagement? Is he afraid of commitment? Gossip blogs and tabloids have feasted on these questions for years, spinning tales of supposed flings, mystery women, and even fabricated weddings. Yet despite the rumors, the reality is starkly simple. Sam Heughan, at the height of his career and fame, remains unmarried. To understand the fascination with Sam's private life, one must look back at the roots of his fame. When Outlander premiered in 2014, it didn't just give the world a new star, it gave them a fantasy. Sam embodied Jamie Fraser, a man whose love story with Claire became a cultural obsession. The chemistry between Sam and Caitríona Balfe was electric, so convincing that many viewers blurred the line between fiction and reality. Fans didn't just ship Jamie and Claire, they shipped Sam and Caitríona. And when Caitríona married musician Tony McGill in real life, many fans turned their fixation entirely onto Sam. If he wasn't married to her, then who would he marry? But the answer never came. Instead, Sam's love life became a revolving door of rumors. Over the years, his name was linked with actresses, models, even businesswomen spotted at the same events. A few relationships seemed to flicker briefly in the public eye, but nothing lasted long enough to silence the speculation. Paparazzi photos, late-night sightings, vague social media hints, they only fueled the fire. Each time, fans clung to the hope that this might be the one, only to watch the story fade into silence. Part of the mystery lies in Sam's own silence. He has always been careful, almost surgical, about protecting his privacy. In interviews, he skillfully dodges personal questions, flashing that trademark smile while offering nothing concrete. He speaks at length about his work, his passion for Scotland, his love of adventure and fitness. But when asked about marriage, his answers are vague, evasive, or simply non-existent. That silence has allowed speculation to grow wild, like vines left unchecked. Behind the glamour, however, lies a darker truth. The pressure is immense. Being a global heartthrob comes with expectations. Fans want to see the fairy tale they project onto him. Journalists want the next big headline. The entertainment industry itself often views marriage as a publicity event, a way to extend relevance and visibility. For Sam, who values authenticity and independence, the idea of reducing marriage to a spectacle may have been unbearable. Yet the absence of a public love story has left him vulnerable to judgment. Those closest to him have hinted that the relentless scrutiny takes a toll. It isn't just about him, it's about the women who are dragged into the narrative. Any woman seen at his side instantly becomes a target. Social media trolls dissect her background, tabloids dig into her past, and fans bombard her with invasive questions. For Sam, the choice not to marry may not only be about himself, but also about sparing others from the circus. Still, the fascination persists because Sam seems like the last man you'd expect to remain single. He is successful, charming, admired across the world. He has the financial stability, the fame, the looks, everything that should make settling down easy. And yet, here he is, well into his 40s, without a ring on his finger. To fans, that gap between expectation and reality feels like a mystery demanding explanation. The speculation has become so heavy that it's no longer just curiosity, it's obsession. Entire forums are dedicated to debating why Sam isn't married. Some claim he's secretly committed to his work and doesn't have time for love. Others whisper that he's hiding a deep heartbreak, perhaps from a relationship no one ever knew about. A few believe he avoids marriage out of fear, scarred by watching relationships collapse around him in the brutal world of Hollywood. And then, there is Caitríona Balfe. She is the one person who has stood beside Sam through the rise of his fame, the person most fans believe knows the truth. Their friendship has been both a blessing and a curse. It gave fans the dream pairing they longed for, but it also fueled the rumor mill to uncontrollable levels. Over the years, Caitríona has remained mostly quiet about Sam's personal life, deflecting questions as gracefully as he does. But now, whispers suggest that silence may finally have cracked. Because in an interview that sent shockwaves through the fandom, Caitríona Balfe, Sam's closest confidant and the woman most entangled in his public narrative, reportedly broke the code of silence. She offered her own revelation about why Sam Heughan has never married. And the moment she spoke, the conversation around Sam's life changed forever. The storm of speculation had raged for years, but Caitríona's words promised to blow the roof off entirely. The stage was set in the most ordinary way. A podcast interview, one of many Caitríona Balfe had done to promote her latest project. But within minutes, the conversation drifted to the inevitable: Outlander, the legacy of her and Sam's partnership, and the fascination that still clung to their names. The host chuckled lightly as he posed the question fans had asked for years: why do you think Sam has never married? For a moment, Caitríona paused. She had answered countless variations of this question before, usually with a laugh, a playful deflection, or a diplomatic shrug. But this time, her face grew still. Her tone shifted, and what came next detonated like a bomb across the fandom. Sam is one of the most extraordinary people I've ever known, she began softly. But what people don't realize is the sacrifices he's made. Everyone sees the charming smile, the big career moments, the magazine covers. They don't see the cost. They don't see how much of his personal life he's had to give up to keep going. And marriage, that's something he's had to walk away from, more than once. The words cut deeper than anyone expected. Walk away? More than once? Instantly, speculation turned into frenzy. Fans froze their podcast streams, replaying the clip over and over. Social media lit up with theories. Had Sam been secretly engaged? Had there been a hidden love affair crushed by the demands of fame? But Caitríona wasn't finished. She leaned closer to the microphone, her voice carrying a mix of sorrow and steel. Sam has been under pressure since the very beginning. The world wanted him to be Jamie Fraser, not Sam Heughan. Every woman he stood beside was compared to Claire, every smile was dissected, every friendship was twisted into gossip. That kind of pressure kills real relationships. It makes it impossible to nurture something genuine when millions of eyes are demanding a fairy tale. The confession hit like lightning. Fans had long suspected the weight of the Outlander phenomenon crushed Sam's ability to live freely, but hearing it confirmed by Caitríona, the one person who knew him best, made it undeniable. She went on. I've watched him try, I've watched him hope, and I've watched him pull back because he couldn't put someone else through that kind of scrutiny. People think it's glamorous, but it's not. It's brutal. He protects people by keeping them at a distance. And I think that's why he's never married. Not because he doesn't want love, but because he refuses to let love be destroyed by this industry. The room, the audience, the entire digital world seemed to stop. Caitríona had not only revealed Sam's struggles but reframed his bachelorhood as a tragic act of self-preservation. Suddenly, his silence, his evasive smiles, his refusal to answer questions, all of it made sense. But her honesty didn't come without consequences. Within hours, entertainment outlets blasted headlines. Caitríona Balfe reveals why Sam Heughan never married. Fans argued viciously online. Some applauded her courage, praising her for defending Sam's humanity. Others accused her of overstepping, claiming she had invaded his privacy by exposing wounds he never chose to share. Meanwhile, conspiracy theories spread like wildfire. Was Caitríona hinting at a secret heartbreak, perhaps a lost love crushed under the glare of fame? Was she subtly protecting Sam by diverting attention away from something darker? Or was it exactly as she said, a simple but devastating truth about the price of celebrity? For Sam himself, the fallout was immediate. His silence after Caitríona's comments only fueled the flames. Fans begged him to confirm or deny. Journalists hounded him at events, shoving microphones in his face. His representatives issued no comment. That silence, once his shield, now became another source of speculation. But beneath the chaos, Caitríona's revelation had shifted the narrative in a profound way. Sam was no longer just the man who never married. He was now seen as a figure trapped in a gilded cage, a man who sacrificed intimacy for the sake of survival. The heartbreak wasn't that he avoided marriage, it was that he might have wanted it, but fame stole it from him. The shockwaves rippled beyond the fandom. Commentators began debating the toxic nature of celebrity culture, how audiences project their fantasies onto actors until they suffocate. Some described Sam's story as a cautionary tale. The cost of being everyone's dream man is that you can never truly belong to anyone. And yet, Caitríona's words left an even darker undertone. Because if Sam had walked away, more than once, then somewhere in the shadows of his life were love stories the world had never known, broken by forces outside his control. Those invisible heartbreaks hung in the air, tantalizing and tragic, ensuring the mystery of Sam Heughan would never fully disappear. As the dust settled, one thing became clear. Caitríona's revelation had not just exposed the reason Sam never married. It had forced the world to confront a truth they didn't want to believe, that the fantasy of Jamie Fraser came at the expense of Sam Heughan's reality. And so, the legend of Sam grew darker, more complicated, and far more human. Because sometimes the greatest bombshell isn't a scandal or a secret affair. Sometimes it's the simplest, most painful truth, that love, in the harsh spotlight of fame, can be impossible to keep alive.